Well, good afternoon, everybody. After a few technical issues of trying to get the camera to go live this morning or this afternoon, I finally have it done. Yay, me. Okay, so it has been a while since I have actually been live. Um, so give me just a second. I want to welcome everybody that may be coming in live or watching the replay, which is just fine with me if you watch the replay. Um, Lots of stuff coming up for Stampin' Up. It's going to be an exciting year of 2026. Okay, so let's start with the new product of the month for March is this lovely Notes of Spring stamp set. Cute little images of a bunny, a goose, and a little doe, deer, whatever, some foliage. So I can't wait. I've got this on order, so I can't wait to get it in and play with it. It doesn't have to be just for Easter. It can be for any time of the year. So I'm excited about this. You can get one of these for $5 with an order of $75 or more. You just have to purchase the product of the month, and this is for March. Okay, so another thing that is exciting, debuting in May of 26 will be our new 26-28 in colors. They are really pretty. This year they're more on the I don't want to say pastels, but more of the subtle colors. There's a blue, there's a green, there's a pink, um, uh, crisp cantaloupe, which is one that has been, oh, it was in years ago. It was a color that came out with Coastal Cabana years and years ago. Okay, so I have posted out on my Facebook page, Suzie Q Stamping, a video talking about the new ink pads that Stampin' Up is coming out with. As you all know, these stamp pads here can somewhat get cumbersome for those of us that have arthritic hands. I haven't had much problem with them, but they are coming out with a new stamp pad that will be a felt pad instead of a foam pad. And it will be a magnetic case, which is really exciting because they will be easier for those that have trouble opening up our current stamp cases. Okay, let's see. I hope that you all have enjoyed watching the last 8 episodes of my Sketch Saturdays. Those were all pre-recorded and then posted on Saturdays. Today, I thought for the month of March, I would go ahead and go live and see who joins me. Let's see. Oh, another exciting thing happening is instead of having one large annual catalog like this, let me show you. Okay, this is our current catalog. We are going to now have 3 smaller calendars. Oh my goodness, catalogs, not calendars. What am I thinking? And they will be like the size of our mini catalogs, but they will be in the portrait style. So they'll be easier, I think, to flip through. This catalog does go away at the end of April. So then in May, our new catalog will come out. It will have more, what do I want to say? Current product that is seasonal or time sensitive, makes you say. But also it will include all of our inks, our tools, that kind of things. But the things that they change to put in those mini catalogs, they will now just be in 3 catalogs a year, and they will be January to April, May to August, and then September through December. So instead of one big catalog like this, you will get 3 smaller catalogs. Which brings me to the next thing. If you have purchased from me as your demonstrator in the last 6 months, I will automatically send you a new catalog in May. If you have not purchased from me but would like to do so to get that free catalog, you do need to do that before March 15th, because that's when I will put in my catalog mailing order so that all of my customers can get that new catalog when it first comes out. So I'm excited about that. If you haven't got a demonstrator and you would like to have one, I would love to be your demonstrator. Let me back up. It's been such a long time. My name is Sue Sanders, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri. You can find me on the Stampin' Up! Website as Sue Sanders from Eldon, because my address is Eldon. Okay, so today we're going to be making some really cute sketch cards, and I am using the Garden Poetry Suite. So this suite comes with this beautiful Blackberry Bliss ribbon. It's about 1/8 of an inch, I believe it is. I think it's 1/8 of an inch. Nope, it's 1/4 of an inch. Okay, and it comes in the Blackberry Bliss, and it's really a soft ribbon, and it's easy to tie into bows or into a knot. Sometimes the ribbon gets really stiff and it's hard to make bows with. At least I find that so. But that's just a nice bow, and so I love this ribbon. Okay, so that comes in the suite. Also, what comes in the suite are these epoxy dots. You've got them in, looks like it's Flirty Flamingo, Berry Burst, could be Daffodil Yellow. Let's see, doesn't give me the colors on them, but these are really pretty. That looks like it might be Blueberry Bushel. I'm not sure. Okay, then it also comes with a bundle, which is the stamp set and the dies. So it's a real nice stamp and die set. Now, we're not going to really be using stamps out of this set today, but I am using the paper and the ribbon. This is the embossing folder that it comes with, so it's embossing leaves. So that's a really nice bundle that you can get. And all of these components are sold separately. So if you see something but you don't know whether you'd like the whole suite, go ahead and order the components separately. I will say that you bundle the stamp set and the die and the embossing folder, you do get the 10% discount on that. Come to the paper. Oh, I love paper. So this is the specialty designer paper that the suite comes with. It comes in the Berry Burst. I love that Berry Burst. Then it comes with the Blueberry Bushel, a deep blue. And then it comes with shaded spruce. And this all has a texture in it. So I don't know if that really shows up well on the camera or not, but that's the specialty paper. And now the designer series paper, it is double-sided, comes in a 12 by 12 pack. And this is an online exclusive for the month of March. So here we have one side of the paper. It has the shaded spruce and then the Blueberry Bushel. And then on the other side, it also has the I call it the watermark, whatever, and it's got the shaded spruce and the Blueberry Bushel. I love, 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 love this. This is pumpkin pie with crushed curry, I believe. And then that's on, this is Poppy Parade with that crushed curry. Here's just the piece that has the big leaves on it. And then it has the back side that's like this. Those deep blue flowers. And then the back side. And here is our Berry Burst and our Blackberry Bliss. Is it Blackberry Bliss? No. Berry Burst, and oh my gosh, it's one of my favorite colors. Oh my goodness, girls. I don't remember my colors. It's just escaped me. It is Blackberry Bliss. That's what it is. And then this is the back side of that. And then here we have our Flirty Flamingo with our orange tones. And then this paper here. So that is the entire suite of what we have. Okay. So as I was saying before, the catalogs, one of the reasons that Stampin' Up! Has decided to do a 3 catalog a year instead of the 2 minis and the annual catalog is so that we're not overlapping catalogs so often. A lot of times we've got overlapping, and I think they have found that it's really bombarding us with new product when we have the online exclusives, and then we have a new annual catalog, and then we have the mini catalogs. And I think sometimes people get into a habit of going for the new mini catalogs and not so much the products that are shown in the annual catalog. I know I myself have done that. Hi, Nanette. Yes, I am live today. I am live. Decided that I would come live today just as something different to do instead of just a recorded video. Just kind of explaining why we're doing what we're doing and Stampin' Up! With our catalogs and our new ink pads, which when I found out they were changing the ink pads, I'm like, oh man, are you kidding me? But I watched a video this morning of the new ink pads, and I think I'm really going to like them because they will stack together because they're magnetic. So that's a plus. And so it's going to be exciting. I will probably just kind of get new stamp pads as I wear my other ones out. I don't know yet. So this is our sketch for today, and the cutting dimensions are down in the description. But we have our card base, which is the 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then we have our mat, and the mat measures 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. Let me get out a card and we'll show you these as we go through them. So here is my card base, and it is Blueberry Bushel. Then I have my mat, and this is Flirty Flamingo, and that is 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. Then I have a layer, and it's that paper that I used from the garden suite. And this is the Blueberry Bushel, and this is cut at 3 by 4 1/2. So there's the green and the blue on one side. Then I have 2 squares, and these are cut at 1 3/4 by 1 3/4, and I used the designer series paper and cut those out. And then I have 2 squares that are 1 1/2 by 1 1/2. And I've already, and those are just the basic white, and I stamped on those already. That's what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna purchase them as I need them. And I kind of got the hint that they're doing a recolor revamp or something from the way I kind of understood things, but I don't know. I could be wrong. I know that one of the in colors is not Calypso Coral, Crisp Cantaloupe. And when that one was in several years ago, I loved that color because it was, I don't know, I just loved that color, and it went so well with Coastal Cabana because those two came out as in colors years ago. Anyway, so this is what the design looks like when you get it finished. Okay, so this is number 9 in my sketch series for the year of 2026. And then of course this is my inside piece, which is the 5 1/4 by 4 inch basic white. Okay, so very simple, easy to put together. We're going to put this one together first, and then I have another one to show you that we're going to kind of dress up a little bit. And then I have several different cards that I put together because I love this. Oh, I would love if they kept Secrecy and Cloud Cover in the revamp, but we do have another year for those two, so I'm glad about that. Although I am sad about some of the other colors, the ink colors that are going to be going out, because I did like those two. I mean, really, basically, I like all of the colors, and I wish we could keep all of them, but who has storage space for those? I don't. So we're just going to layer our blue piece, if I can get this and get my hands to work today. Layer that down on there. Now you could do several different things if you wanted to with this sketch. You could lay another piece down on here and you could emboss that and then put this down. But the sketch, we're just making it kind of simple today with this card. So are you getting excited about going to On Stage, Nanette? I know that starts the 12th. I'm so jealous of anybody that's getting to go, but maybe, no, not maybe. Next year I will be going because I will get to walk the stage for my 5-year anniversary, which I got my pin this week, and I'm excited about that. I stamped in Coastal Cabana on the back side and I didn't like it, so we're flipping it over and just using this. All right, so this I did stamp in the Flirty Flamingo to kind of bring out that Flirty Flamingo card layer or base layer. All right, and I just used a couple of different stamps. This one came from Simply Said Is My Hello, and then the Consider Yourself Hugged is from the banner sayings. So I just tapped those down on there. You're not going. Oh, yeah, I've only been a demo for 5 years, Nanette. Seems like it's been forever, but no, just 5 years. That's all I've been. So now I'm going to take and we're going to attach these 2 squares to the front of our card. And we're just going to attach them on the one side because they're going to kind of overhang. I thought you were going this year. Oh, wow. Oh, I would love to win one of the incentive trips, but I don't have the downline. Although, oh, I forgot to say, I forgot. I gained another team member this week, or actually last week. One of my customers, Cindy, she decided to sign up as a demonstrator because she wanted the stamp positioning tool. So I'm excited about that. I welcome her to my team. Okay, I'm going to take a piece of the linen thread. Yeah, I wanted to go so bad, but with my grandson getting married in October, and then I have my Blue Star Mom convention in the end of July, I could not afford well, if I could tie a bow, I couldn't afford a trip to Long Beach this year, although I would have loved to have gone. But that's okay. There's a reason why I didn't, and that's all right. I'm going to have to get my tweezers out here to get this piece of thread through this loop. It would help probably if I put my glasses on, which whoops, not that way. So yeah, so Dorothy and I have been busy trying to figure out if this bow doesn't work for me, I'm going to say forget it, and we're not going to put it on. We are starting to work on the table decorations for the rehearsal. Well, come on, Suzie, let's get your fingers working, right? I mean, seriously here. And I have an idea in my head of how I want them to look, and my brain isn't getting that message to my hands. Let's put it that way. Kind of like tying this bow today. I've tried a couple different things. I'm not buying a whole bunch of any one thing right now until I get the design done for the floral arrangement. But it's been slow going. All right. So here we have our bow. Just trim off our tails a little bit. And we're going to put that up here on the top of our square, and I'm just going to use a little bit of glue. You can use the dots, the glue dots. I, however, like to use my glue on this, and then can you tell I haven't stamped for a while? My glue was clogged. Come on, let's get you working here. Maybe might be time to clean the bottle out completely. Let's see, what was I saying? Oh, come on. This glue is not wanting to come out for me. So it must be stuck. Come on. Does anybody else have this issue sometimes? I do. And I know what it is. There's a big clump of dried glue in there somewhere. And I'm going to have to really squeeze it. And that pen is now useless to me since it's all got glue on it. I'm getting my silicone pad here, ladies. What happens when you don't go live for a while, right? And everything kind of messes up. So we're going to give it a really good squeeze, and hopefully, there we go. It's starting to come out, and I don't need a whole lot, so we're not going to put a whole lot on there. We're just going to put some glue on that knot and put it up there like so, and that will dry. I'm going to use some of these pretty garden epoxies to add some bling bling to this. Let's see. Why don't we go with some of these flirty flamingo flowers? I'm going to put one up there, and we'll put one over here on that one. And we'll stick another one down here just to give it a little bling. So what do you think there? Okay, so that is our first card. And then, of course, it will have the inside, and I will stamp something on the inside. Okay, next card. All right. For the next card, I am using some of the Metallic Textures Rub-ons. I had gotten these at my one of the meetings that I go to for Kansas City. So we have, excuse me, I thought I had the other. It comes with 4 sheets of rub-ons. And I love these. I hadn't played with them, and it was like, I just want something to add to this card, to this one that I was making as an example. And I thought, ooh, I think that's what I was missing. So it comes with 2 sheets that are of this pattern here. And of course, I use both of those leaves on one of my cards. Then it comes with this, and these 2 are both gold. And then it comes with 2 sheets of this and 2 sheets like this, and they're in silver. So, and they're really easy to use. I will say to keep in mind that once you remove this adhesive or the backing off of these, it will stick to whatever it is going to stick to, and you're not going to have a choice. All right, so for this next card, we're going to do a little dress up to it. We're going to give it a little bit more bling. So here is our Blackberry. Am I right in that, Nanette? Blackberry Bliss. Yes, it is. I don't know why I'm second guessing myself. And then I have the, so that's my card base. And then for my layer, I have some of that designer or specialty paper, and this is in the Berry Burst color. And I have 2 squares of the Berry Burst and 2 squares of the Blackberry Bliss. I have a piece of ribbon that we're going to tie. And then I've got my little flag that I've already got stamped with Celebrate on it. And this is the designer paper that we're going to use. And that's the back side of that one. So, all right, let me get my, oops, where is it all? As I just drop everything on the floor. My assistant isn't here today. She is, I don't know, doing whatever she wants to. So this is going to be a Celebrate card. And I have my little stamp here and my ink. And we'll use this one for another card. So we're just going to stamp Celebrate. So Nanette, what do you think about all of the new changes coming up? Do you think they're good, bad, or indifferent? I'm kind of liking the idea of 3 smaller catalogs a year, just because maybe it'll be easier for me to keep up with things. I don't know. And I'm going to use the small little punch there for my Celebrate. Because I know I'm finding it harder and harder as I get older and older to keep everything straight in my head. All right, now I'm going to use a couple of these transfers, and I'm going to use these skinny little leaves, and they will fit. Making sure that I only have one piece of the transfer sheet. I got to liking these so much yesterday, I almost didn't want to stop making cards, but I was like, okay, I have to stop because I have to go to dinner. For some reason, the men at my house, or my, as we call it, the compound, think they have to eat dinner. I don't know why. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take now on our Blackberry Bliss, and we are going to rub these on. So you're going to remove that backing, and this part here is what gets laid down on our, whoops, get that placed where I want it to place. See there, I told you it would stick to it. Okay, then all we're going to do is we're just going to take my bone folder and we're going to kind of rub over this to make that foil transfer onto our paper like magic. I remember I used to use rub-ons for a lot of different craft projects that my mom and I used to do years and years ago. Now I'm going to use the other one. And this one I'm going to go, not that it matters because I can turn my squares whichever way, but we're going to do this one kind of right there. And rub that. And it doesn't take a whole lot of rubbing, although I do see now that I missed a spot on this one. And I don't know if I can get that. I think maybe I can get it lined up to rub those 2 spots that I seen I missed. I did it. Yay, me. Okay. I know. I hadn't used mine either, Nanette. And it was like, oh, I found them and I'm going to use those because they're very pretty and they make the cards look just kind of more elegant, I think. Um, I'm like you. I would rather them stay in business. And, do I always like the changes? No. But sometimes you just got to roll with the punches, right? Well, my glue is just not wanting to come out today. So we're going to just, oh, is that the right glue bottle? Maybe I don't even have the right glue bottle. Maybe I'm trying to work with an old glue bottle. I think maybe I was. That was the problem. That glue bottle doesn't work. All right, so now I am going to glue those rub-on pieces onto my pretty shimmer paper, textured paper. So yeah, I did. I really, after I watched the video this morning about the magnetic cases, it was like, I do have some older customers that have problems opening the stamp cases or the ink pads. So maybe it's a good idea that they're changing them. I just wish that I didn't have two whole sets of the other kind because I have my mom's and then I have mine. So I don't know. I might try to sell one set because I know I don't use both sets and somebody out there might be able to use them, and that's not straight. So let's huff on it and see if I can get this apart. Did y'all know that you could do that? If you're watching the replay, I'm huffing on my paper so that I can pull it off and not rip my paper. There we go. Because I did not have it laid down straight and even on all sides. Sometimes I have difficulty trying to do that. Still not perfect, but that's okay. It's a homemade card. I know I have found things that I got way back in 25 and I haven't used them yet. And it's like, really, Sue, haven't you? Why don't you use this stuff? I guess because they come out so much with new product and I'm more concerned with the new product. And because I love new product, everybody does. However, sometimes we need to use what we got. And this sketch is one of those that you can use a lot of different papers with. So there is that. Now we're going to attach our squares. And I'm going to kind of put them to where they're going opposite directions, just to kind of give it that different look. And I'm not going all the way to the edge of it. Well, yes, I did because I forgot which side I was working on. So that's okay. It will get glued down. And you can space these squares as far apart as you want them. You could go like this to where it was more, maybe that's what we'll do. So I might do that. No, because I'm putting ribbon on that, so that's not going to work. Sometimes you have something in your head and you can't get your hands to do it, right? That's how I'm feeling. Oh, and I'm making wine glass charms. Really cool little things. So my husband has a laser cutter. And so he is cut out little states for Missouri, which is where my grandson was from, and Maryland, which is where his fiancee Julia is from, and then Georgia, which will replicate or will symbolize where they got married at. So I'm excited to get those put together. I've just taken a little piece of my ribbon and I've made it into a little loop on the top, just like so. And we are going to now put that here. And I'm going to go ahead and pop that up with some dimensionals so that it gives it a little bit of pop away from the card. So yeah, so I'm anxious to get started on those. And then I'm taking some of their engagement photos and I am making sublimated magnets with their engagement photos as part of the little gift bag for their rehearsal. The only thing we haven't done yet and we have to get started on, and that is the food for the rehearsal, because what he was wanting, I don't think it's going to be possible for us. Okay, so then I'm going to take some more of our little beads here, and I'm going to use, I used the flowers on the last one. So let's use, let's see, do I want to use these or do I want to use my flat ones that I had been using? Oh, I think I'll use these. And we're going to use, I don't know, Nanette, what do you think? Which color do you think? Oh, I like that flirty flamingo. But then the berry burst shows up on that too. So maybe that. Or let's try these. I don't know. That looks kind of dark now that I see that. Don't know if I like that. Let's pick that one up. And let's do these. I think the flirty flamingo. Come on, get it picked up here. We're just going to put 3 of these on here. Like so. If I can get them in a straight line, not in a crooked line. There we go. And then we'll do one more. There we go. Yeah, so I can see my entire summer is already gone in my head. I mean, seriously, with everything that I've got going on and what I got to get done and so forth. But life does go on. And I don't know where our spring weather went. Yesterday it was 70 and today it's like 40. So there is our second sketch card for today. Very nice. And here's my inside. I'm not sure what we're celebrating. It could be an anniversary card because I have some anniversaries coming up. Could be a birthday card. Not sure. But anyway, that's our second one. I'm going to put away some of this stuff so that I can show you the other examples that I made using this paper. I don't know. It's just something about these colors. They're so rich. I just love them. All right. So here is the other cards that I made using this line of paper. Come on, get all this stuff out of the way. Okay. So here is the one that I made today, and here was the one that I made yesterday, and I used the gold leaves. And as you can see, I didn't turn my leaves the right way, but they're still okay. That's that one. Then here is the one that's made with the shaded spruce. And then I took a piece of white and I did inking with my shaded spruce. And then I spritzed it with water so that it would give it some watermark. Okay. Here's one that I did using the pumpkin pie and the crushed curry. And this one I really thought was cool because it could be a man's card, and I embossed the squares after I attached them. So both the black and that red orange poppy parade kind of has a texture to it. So those are the different examples that I did with this one sketch card. The blackberry bliss ribbon, yeah, it comes in that sweet Nanette, the garden texture suite. And so this is that ribbon that comes with that suite. And then the little flat dots come with that, along with the this is the stamp set. Whoops, I got stuff falling everywhere. The stamp set is the Paradise Garden. And I didn't use the stamps. I could have, I just wasn't even thinking yesterday. But that's the bundle. And then it has that embossing folder with the leaves, so I could have used that too. And then the paper. So this was the paper that comes in that suite. Pull it out. So you've got the Poppy Parade and the pumpkin pie and the crushed curry. And then that is what I call the orangey colors. And this is the paper that I used today, the Blackberry Bliss and Berry Burst. And then the blueberry bushel with the bigger flowers. And as I've said before, I'm trying to look at this paper now as in sections, not just one big sheet, because it's like, yeah, sometimes that one big sheet makes you wonder what you're going to do with it. Here's the shaded spruce with the leaves. And then, again, the Poppy Parade and crushed curry, pumpkin pie, and then the shaded spruce and blueberry bushel with those leaves and flowers. Yeah, so it made really pretty cards. That's why I couldn't stop yesterday. It was like, ooh, I love this paper. And then it also has that shimmer paper, the specialty textured paper. And this is online. So it's online. It started in March. Okay, so here's the shaded spruce textured paper and the blueberry bushel. And then the berry burst specialty paper. So yeah, I love this paper. It was one of the suites that I did order for my pre-order in March, or for March, because I fell in love with those colors. They're just so rich. I love Blackberry Bliss and I love Berry Burst, but then I love all of them, really. I really love all of the colors. And I hate to see Summer Splash and Shy Shamrock. What's the other two? Peach Pie. I can't remember the other two, the purple colors, the in colors for 24, 26. I hate to see those go away, but maybe they'll bring them back in the refresh. I don't know. Would be nice. So those are the cards that I had today for this week's sketch card. If you make these, and Nanette, give it a try. Upload it to my VIP page on Stampin' or Suzie Q Stamping on my Facebook page. I would love to see what you come up with for the sketch card. So, all right. Well, if you are joining me with the replay, thank you very much. Don't forget to comment below. Hit that like and share button. It will help with my analyticals. I'm trying to figure out when most of my viewers watch the videos so that I can kind of determine when I want to post them or when I want to go live. So until next Saturday, which will probably be a recorded video because I have a 60th birthday party to go to for a friend of mine in St. Louis, which is about a 2.5 hour drive from here. Anyway, she's going to have a birthday, and so I'm going to go up and help her celebrate. So you all have a fantastic week. Thank you so much for joining me today on my live. Nanette, good luck with all of your stuff that you are busy doing, and we'll be watching, won't we, for all those new products coming out in the new catalog for On Stage that starts on the 12th of March. And we're so sad we can't go. All right, everybody, you all have a great week. Bye.